Kev, having had a couple of days to reflect on Saturday's late defeat at Leyton Orient, what are your main takeaways, would you say?
Disappointed, really. To go 1-0 up in a game where they've got good players, good forward players, and we limited them for very little opportunity. I don't think Joe had a save to make. They had a couple of little sort of moments where they fizzed across the face of the goal, but we kept them really quiet. The game plan was working. And then obviously we've had a moment where we could have gone 2-0 up. Reeves had the shot saved and we've hit the post in the follow-up. They've gone down the other end and obviously equalised through a mistake on our side. So really disappointing, but we should have took a point away. At that stage, we should have took a point and move on. It would have been a good point at Leyton Orient because they're a good team. It
was a pretty positive first 75 minutes really as well, and I guess that's something you can look at, and when we're in similar situations later on in the season we can learn from how maybe the last 20 minutes went.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you go through all the goals in this league and League Two and probably the Championship, there's a lot of goals where mistakes are made, and we've got to eradicate those errors if we can, and take our opportunities. We've had a couple of moments in the game where Jack got fouled right on the edge, could have gone either way, could have been a sending off. Another step in, it could have been a penalty. So it was a tough one to take, being so dominant in the game and like I say, limiting them to very little, and to come away with nothing at the end was a real sick blow.
And frustrating in the manner of what turned out to be the winner who was scored. Fitzy taking a knock, and the laws of football say he had to be off the pitch, and then obviously you're down to 10 men, and it makes defending that set piece harder.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, obviously the striker leads with his elbow right in front of the linesman. It doesn't give us the free kick. We should have had the free kick, and Fitzy could have stayed on the pitch, but Fitzy's gone off. We haven't organised properly. We need to get people in the box and mark. They've literally taken the throw in, gone back, crossed it, headed it down, side foot volley. Great finish, to be fair. But we need to be better in those moments and reorganise. But it should have been a free kick for me. The lad's led with his elbow and he's 2 yards from the linesman, and how he doesn't see it, I do not know.
With hindsight and looking back on how the match played out, how would you approach those last sort of 15-20 minutes, if it came around again? Just
keep doing what we were doing. We were frustrating them. They were taking pot shots from outside the box and random areas, and we were doing everything that we had to do. And like I say, we could have gone 2-0 up just before. So we were pretty much in control of the game. They had their moments, but they're going to, because they're a good team and they've got wide players. Demi played. They've got some players that score goals for them. So we really did well, and we limited them to very, very little opportunity. So just eradicate the mistakes and keep it tight and frustrate them.
Jaden stepped up to take the penalty and slotted it away nicely. Was it pleasing to see how much he wanted to take that penalty in the situation? He's
a goal scorer, isn't he? So he takes them after training every day. And obviously with Josh not here, that would have been an interesting tussle with them two. He's confident, he's scoring goals, and long may it continue.
And let's not forget, before that we were 5 games unbeaten as well, and we'd a series of strong performances, and now is a chance to kind of reset and go on another run.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be like this all season. We're going to have moments where we'll win a couple, lose a couple, draw a couple. It's going to be one of them seasons. Burton are on the back of 4 straight, without being beat. They've beaten Bolton recently, so they're a really strong outfit, done really well, and we need to get back on another run. And players are coming back. Hopefully, we'll have a full squad within the next couple of weeks, and it'll be people fighting for their places.
And defensively, we've been pretty solid as well all season, but especially in this last sort of mini run. 3 clean sheets in the last 6 games, so that's something to build on as well.
Yeah, I mean, that always starts from the front, like I've said before. We work really hard right through the team to defend, put bodies on the line, and it's not just Joe or Jack that's keeping the clean sheets. It's the 10 players in front, and we sort of model ourselves on defending every area. Whether it's being compact in our possession, we do that a lot. So fair play to all the lads, to keep doing that, and we've got to keep doing that and try and nick a couple of results and get a couple of goals.
Speaking of your team of goalkeepers as well, we mentioned it briefly when we chatted to you last time, but how are you finding working with Joe and Jack and Frankie this year?
Yeah, really good. Like I said, Jack and Joe have been brilliant for me. Really supportive in what Frankie's doing as well, and Frankie can't learn from 2 better lads Joe works really hard in the gym. Jack's probably not going to agree with this maybe, but we certainly need him to do more in the gym and get himself really fit, ready, because at any stage Joe could lose form or get injured or get called back, and Jack's got to be ready. So Jack's come in, done okay in the games. He kept a clean sheet, obviously, at Newport midweek in really tough conditions. I thought he was excellent. Made a really good save. So, he's got to keep pushing Joe. And obviously, like I say, Frankie's got to keep learning from them, got to keep taking everything on board and both push each other.
A different experience for Frankie in a different league this season as well at Taunton. How do you assess how he's getting on there?
It's been a little bit up and down for Frankie, because I think Taunton were quite fancied at the start, and last year he was at Exmouth and kept 22, 23 clean sheets. This year it's not been as so productive, but it's more his development, his work in the gym here. Can he become more physically stronger? I've said to him, with probably viewers that would know David James, Frankie's got the potential to have that physique. He's very long and lean. If he can sort of fill out a little bit and become a solid goalkeeper, as in stature-wise, I think he's got a good chance. But his mentality has got to be absolutely bang on in the training, in the gym, around the place. His life, everything. It's not just performances, it's his development at the club while he's here.
You mentioned just now, but obviously that win at Newport means we're still in 3 competitions in the Virtue Trophy and the FA Cup. Is that pleasing as a group to be able to compete on all those levels? Yeah,
of course. And obviously financially, it's great for the club, but we would like to go as far as we can. If we've got a really tough fixture at home in the FA Cup and a tough one in the EFL Trophy. So it's a good opportunity for lads that haven't been playing regularly to play in the EFL Trophy. Like I say, Jack's come in, done okay. Played really well the other night. So it's opportunities for players that are coming back, finding their fitness. Again, it's opportunities for them to play. I'm ready to be sort of pushing on for the first team.
You're someone who's had long ties with the clubs, and you know how incredible the fans have been, to keep the club going over the last 20 years. But with the fire fundraiser, the GoFundMe itself has raised over £40,000, and we've had so many, donations and offer of help from people that it just shows how special this club is.
I didn't doubt it for a minute, to be honest. This club is unique. The amount of people that you speak to, even maybe don't like football, but they're helping the football club. It is a special football club. I've been here for 8 years as a player and a coach, so it's a great club. And it's always the case when times are tough, people put their hands in their pockets and they find money that they might not be able to find for their own family sometimes. So an amazing effort, and obviously I want to just say about Saturday, the fans that turned up, I think nearly 1,000 at Leyton Orient, was a phenomenal effort, because it's a fair trek to that part of London.